91. We're doing 91 minutes. The confident sage is the age of festivity. To celebrate with festivity means to maintain imperishable zeal and enthusiasm. The word utsav, festival, utsav, enthusiasm. Today, Trimurti Father Shiva, the creator of the three deities, has come to celebrate the Diamond Jubilee and the Diamond Birthday with his spiritual diamonds. It was the time of the celebration of the Diamond Jubilee of the Yajna, 95. This unique birthday is called the Diamond Birthday. Because the third father indicates in order to make souls who are like shells become worth diamonds. Everything that here became diamond, and so diamond gold. This is why this is the only wonderful birthday throughout the cycle, and it is the most unique and most lovely in the whole world. Whenever people celebrate a birthday, it is of souls, of bodily beings. But this birthday of Shiva is not of a bodily being. It is the birthday of the incorporeal point. When you say Jayanti, the form of a point of light comes in front of you. Throughout the whole cycle, you never celebrate the birthday of the bodiless Supreme Soul. So Baba makes up for it for all the multi-thousands of Shivratris that are celebrated at every time through Sangam Yuga. This is the unique birthday of Trimurti Father Shiva, the bodiless being. And this is the one, Shiv Jayanti, where it is the birthday of the children and the birthday of the Father at the same time. Today, you have come to celebrate the birthday of just the Father, or have you come to celebrate the birthday of Brahman souls as well? You tell everyone, this Shiv Jayanti means Trimurti Jayanti and Brahman Jayanti. So to have a birthday of so many souls together with the Father is quite unique. It can never happen in the Lockic world. In the physical world, the birthday of the child and his father would not be the same. The date may be the same, but there would be a difference in the year. So you have come here from so far away in order to celebrate such a lovely and unique birthday. Why have you come from all corners of the world? Have you come to celebrate your own birthdays or the birthday of the Father, or both? So would you give congratulations to the Father, or would the Father congratulate you? You give congratulations to the Father, and the Father says to you, multi-million times congratulations. Multi-million times congratulations. Each Brahman soul is even more valuable than a diamond. Those physical diamonds are nothing compared to you. Because there is value for diamonds in the world, you are said to be as valuable as diamonds, But what are diamonds compared to how valuable you are? Reality, that could be counted in dollars and pounds, but a Brahman life is worth so much, so much, so much more than that. So nothing at all. Those diamonds will be embedded in the walls of your palaces. Each Brahman soul is more valuable.
Nee, Hannah, egal ist es mir nicht.
But that is doing everywhere in front of him. Children who are even more valuable than diamonds. Bhakta's Murlis usually begin with a whole paragraph in which Baba is raising our self-esteem, because Baba knows that by the end of Kali Yuga, the biggest problem that most souls, especially Brahman souls, I think, everyone has is that of self-esteem, inferiority complex. And because of the feeling of inferiority, sometimes ego and bossiness, that also comes out in an effort to try and control that the seed of which is insecurity, unawareness of my own value. So I was really lifting us up. It is not just the Madhavan gathering in front of Bhaktada, but the gathering of the Brahman souls everywhere in the world. Call them songs or words of greetings filled with love from the heart. The Father is listening to them very closely. The sound of the heart reaches the comforter of hearts in advance, faster than the speed of sound. Our thoughts, say our thoughts of love. So Bhaktada saw that the practical proof of the children's service everywhere is reaching the sweet home of the Father in Madhava. Jayanti is known as a festival, and only you Brahmins celebrate this festival accurately, because festivity means that everyone has zeal and enthusiasm. Therefore, how much zeal and enthusiasm do all of you sitting here have? Is it imperishable or only for today? It is imperishable, is it not? This is why Bhaktada calls this elevated confluence age the age of festivity. For you, each day is filled with enthusiasm. Each day is a festival. There is a praise, and you also have this topic, unity in diversity. Therefore, in a practical way, there are all different lands, all different languages, all the different forms and colors, but even in that diversity, there is unity in each one's heart, because the Father is one. Whether you come from America or Africa, you have the one Father in your hearts. You are those who follow the Srimad of one. So Bhaktada likes the fact that while all of you have different languages, the song or language of your minds is the same. Whatever language you speak, you all have a black crown. I was talking about the headphones that everybody was wearing. So that's the crown. these black crowns will now change and become golden. The language of everyone's mind is the same, and it is just the one expression. Mera Baba, my Baba. Those of all languages say, Mera Baba. This is only one word. So there is unity in diversity. So to maintain your enthusiasm means an elevated soul who constantly celebrates with festivities. Let your enthusiasm never decrease. You were told earlier too that the breath of Brahman life is zeal and enthusiasm. Is there a difference between zeal and enthusiasm? There's a very lovely image that expresses it. When you open fizzy water or fizzy anything, as you open it, all this comes out first. That's the zeal. Something exciting is happening, some service is happening, someone is coming, so there's the bubbles of this, that comes out. But the rest of the water still remains with that sparkle. And so that is the enthusiasm. The bits that die out, the zeal can go away, but the enthusiasm remains. And so enthusiasm has the word theo in the middle. And theo is God in Greek. And so when you keep God in your heart, then there's enthusiasm. And so sometimes we blame outside circumstances because of this, because of this, because of this. We don't have any enthusiasm anymore. But no, it's because you've forgotten that God has to be in your heart. Then there's enthusiasm. So if you stopped breathing, your life would finish in a second, would it not? So in Brahman life too, if there isn't the breath of zeal and enthusiasm, then there is no Brahman life. Those who have constant zeal and enthusiasm will say, with spiritual intoxication, that Brahmans means zeal and enthusiasm. When their zeal and enthusiasm decrease, their words change. They would say, it's true, it should happen like this, it will happen. There is so much difference between this language and that language. In the other language of words, there will definitely be words, it shouldn't be, but I should be happy, but I should be coming to Murli every day, but. So you use these words, it should be, it should be. When the pressure of your zeal and enthusiasm decreases, words of weakness emerge. Therefore, let your zeal and enthusiasm never decrease. Why does your zeal and enthusiasm decrease? Bhaktada says, always say, Ba, Ba, wonderful, wonderful. Did you hear Baba say wonderful many times? Did you hear Daddy Jayanti say wonderful? Indian at one point arrived in Madhavan and she'd fallen and broken her arm, and so she's told to go. So so she arrives in Madhavan with her arm in a sling, and then he looks at her and says, wonderful. So she says, Daddy, Daddy, but I fell. So is that wonderful? And then he says, but whatever happened? but you're still smiling. So that's wonderful. She's just had heart surgery, and that was in the evening on Wednesday. Thursday morning, for the photographs of her smiling. Amazing. You know, sometimes we could with babies and how they were able to go beyond matter and so on. But she's not a baby. She's younger than many of you, physically and spiritually. But she's absolutely smiling. So, Bhakta always says, va, va, whereas you say, why. If the words why come up in any situation, or zeal and enthusiasm decrease. When we stop saying wonderful, when we say why, you notice it in yourself. Or zeal and enthusiasm becomes what? So, last year too, Bhakta especially told double foreigners to change the word why in the Brahmin dictionary. When the word why comes up, remember the word, not just wow, fly, correct. The word fly comes, and then the word why will finish. When any trivial situation seems to be very big, the word why comes up. Why is this like this? Why is this like that? However, when you begin to fly, what happens to the situation? It becomes a small toy. So whenever the word why comes up in your mind, say to yourself, this word why does not exist in the Brahmin dictionary. Instead, it's the word why. Why makes you high, out in distress. Bhakta is amused because on one hand you say, no one's fortune is as elevated as mine. 1 minute you say this, then as soon as your enthusiasm decreases, you say, I don't know, my fortune is like this, I only have this much in my fortune. Therefore, this is crying out, is it not? So when any sense of high comes in front of you, say va, va instead. And the scene will change and you will also change. You double foreigners nowadays give a course on positive thinking, do you not? Do all of you in the foreign lands especially give this course? You give it to yourself, or only to others. At any time, when such situations arise, make yourself a student. Be your own teacher and give this course to yourself. Are you able to give this course to yourself, or are you only able to give it to others? It is easy to give it to others. When it becomes your natural stage to see, to listen, and to think of any person or any matter with a positive attitude, what would your stage be like? Nowadays, they have such facilities of science that they're able to give things a very beautiful appearance. You must have seen how they change one thing into something completely different. So can your attitude not bring about such transformation? Something may come up in a negative form, but with a positive attitude, you can change it. When you start to fluctuate, the reason is because you have been listening to, thinking of, speaking about, or doing something negative. Hear no evil, see no evil, speak no evil, think no evil. You have created a model of do not think, speak, listen, or do anything negative. And the power of silence not change something negative into positive. Let your mind and intellect become such that they do not touch anything negative. Let there be transformation. Second, can you experience transformation at such a fast speed? Your mind and intellect should become such fast weapons, able to change things instantly. Can they become like this, or will it take time? Or when something negative comes up, you will say, let me think about it a little. Let me see what it is. When transformation takes place at a quick speed, it is known as the pleasure and enjoyment of Brahman life. If you want to live, live with enjoyment. To live a life with a lot of thinking is not living. You tell other people what Raj Yoga is, that it is the art of living. All of you are those with the Raj Yoga life, are you not? Or are you those who simply tell others about it? Since Raj Yoga is the art of living, what is the art of Raj Yoga? It is this, is it not? I remember we started using this term, the art of living, last year on this movies course, that we started using it for a conference that took place in 1985. Then another organization took over the title. We used it way back. So what is the art of Raj Yogis? It is this, it is not. Therefore, to celebrate a festival means to stay in pleasure. The mind is in pleasure, the body is in pleasure, the relationships and connections are ones of pleasure. Listening to our conversations at that time and now also. Many children say, I am okay by myself. I'm enjoying myself. But it is only sometimes that there is enjoyment in relationships and connections. However, the relationships and connections are test papers of your stage. If a student says, I have passed with honors, but at the time of taking a test paper, he gets fewer marks, what would you say to such a student? You are not like, are you? You have passed fully, have you not? But Dada has told you that those who remain close to the Father have passed. If you do not stay close, you have not passed. Pass in the close. So where do you constantly stay? You stay far away, you do not stay close. Double foreigners should be double pass. You double foreigners have taken a high jump this time. You have taken a high jump and come to Mother. Who was there in 91 in front of that? Yes, I expected it would be a number. Good review. This year, more double foreigners have come to Madhuban than ever before. Okay. Even some of the double foreigners have had a good chance of becoming dragons, the queens of the floor, having to sleep on mattresses on the floor. Is there pleasure in becoming a Bhattarani or not? Is there? Okay, it's a very interesting idea, and we used to talk about it and laugh about it many times. You have such big suitcases that you can actually sleep on them. You bring one big suitcase and one small one. And so the small one can become your pillow, and you can save a lot of space. It seems good. Baba sees the scenes of how you drag such big suitcases. It is a good scene, is it not? At the confluence age, this effort is only for a short time. And then matter will be your servant, and you will have many servants too. You will not then have to carry your luggage. Your kingdom is now being established. At present, you are in an incognito form. You are servers, and you will then be rulers. Servers have to do all types of service. The more service you do now with your body, mind, wealth, and through relationships, the more service you will have. All the 5 elements of matter will become your servants. You have the fortune of your kingdom in your awareness, do you not? How many times have you had a right to your kingdom? You have become this countless times, and you will continue to become this. However, the life of being a server now is even more elevated than the life of a ruler. Because at the present time, the father and the children are together. No matter what type of service it is, you receive the practical, instant fruit of the service you do now. Instant fruit you receive of service. The practical, visible fruit is the Father's love, cooperation, and the treasures you receive from the Father. Whenever you do any special service for the youth, you have so much happiness. What is your face like when a photo is taken of you at that moment? On the one hand, you do service, and on the other hand, the practical, visible fruit is ready for you. You do service with one hand and eat the fruit with the other. Do you experience this? Or does service take a lot of effort? Is there fluctuation when you are doing service or not? There is fluctuation sometimes. This fluctuation makes you mature, makes you experienced. Okay, one reason why we lose our happiness, instead of wonder and awe, we say why and we don't fly. And now Baba's got another reason. You fluctuate because you can only see the present time. The future that is put in at present is not clearly visible, and you then start to fluctuate. In fact, any major delicate situation comes to teach you a very important lesson for the future. It is not just a situation, but it is your teacher. See it with the vision of the lesson that situation is teaching you. This is known as changing the negative into positive. When you simply look at the situation, you become afraid. Situations will always come in new forms of Maya. She will not come in the same form she has already come in before. She will not come in the same form. She will come in a new form. And so you are afraid of that. This is something new. I cannot do this. It should not happen like this. Understand that Maya will come until the end as one who adopts many different forms. Maya knows how to become very easily and quickly one who adopts many different forms. Whatever your stage is, she will create a situation according to that and come to you. Achilles heel, there's one tender spot that everybody has, and Maya knows you better than you know yourself, maybe. And so Maya will find a way to attack the Achilles heel. If, for instance, you have become a little careless in your life today, Maya would also come in that careless form. If your mood is a little off today, if it is not like it should be, then Maya would come into the situation with an off mood, something that triggers you. Then you think, well, I was thinking about this before, so what happened? This is why, in order to see and know Maya, become Trigadarshi, past, present, future, and Trinitri, your third eye open. Being Trinitri is being able to see what is in front of you, what is behind you, and what is beside you. Lovely interpretation of 3 eyes. All of you are Tripadarshi and Trinetri, are you not? Are you double foreigners, Tripadarshi? Yes or no? Yes. What do those of the other languages say? Are you saying Hanji also? So is everyone saying Hanji or Naji? And the responses, everybody saying Hanji. And because they're speaking in Hindi, I was saying, you say this better than in your own language. Hanji is easy. Are all of you happy? Hanji. Now you've learned how to say Hanji. Are you enjoying yourself in such a good gathering? Hanji. Some of you are not thinking that perhaps next year you will not come when there is such a crowd, that you will come a little later, are you? The enjoyment of the gathering is also lovely. Come according to the program. Too many should not come, but let your habit be such that you are able to adjust to everything. I'm using the English word, adjust. The power to adjust confidently makes you victorious. You saw Father Brahma with the children who would become a child and adjust himself. He would become an adult with the adults and adjust himself. Whether it is the use of beggary, so simple, basic needs, not even being met in the days immediately they came to Abu. So whether it is a beggary life or a life with all the comforts, you have to be able to adjust yourself to both. And in happiness, not after thinking about it, you do not become unhappy here, but instead of experiencing happiness, you begin to think about it a little. What happened? How did it happen? Those who think too much take time to experience the pleasure of adjusting themselves and trying to get to terms with something instead of taking pleasure from the moment. And so the time passes by. And afterwards I say, you know, I wasted so much time. I could have been so happy if I had only adjusted. Each of you should check yourself, no matter what the circumstances are, whether they are good or those that make you fluctuate. Are you able to adjust yourself at every moment to every circumstance? Couple foreigners like being alone, but they also like companions very much. However, whether you are in someone's company or alone, Brahman life is being able to adjust yourselves to both. It should not be that within a gathering, your head becomes heavy and you say, no, I prefer to be in solitude. I don't like this chaos. I need to be on my own. The mind can be alone. That is, from being extroverted, you just become introverted. And there is solitude. Some say that they want a room to themselves, that they cannot share with anyone. Baba resolves all the practical situations of Madhavan, not just the spiritual factors, but all the physical factors come up because of spirituality. And so everything can be resolved with spiritual awareness. So I was now talking about the rooms. If you do receive a room for yourself, sleep in pleasure, and even if you have to sleep in the same room as 10 others, sleep in pleasure. Are you foreigners able to sleep with 10 others in the same room? Is it difficult? Are you able to sleep? And they said, Hanji. Okay, next year, 20 will be put together. Time is changing, and it will continue to change. The situations of the world are becoming more and more delicate, and they will become even more delicate. This has to happen. At present, something happens at one place at one time, but at the end, it will happen everywhere at the same time. Somewhere there's droughts, somewhere there's floods, somewhere there's fire, somewhere it's too cold. Everything is all over at the same time. That delicate time has to come. Time may be delicate, but your nature must not be delicate. Many people's natures are very delicate. When something happens, even a little, or there is even a little sound, they get disturbed. This is called a delicate stage, delicate nature. So you should not have a delicate nature. You should be able to adjust yourself according to the time. Practicing this now will be very useful to you at the end, because the situations will not constantly be the same, and your final paper will take place during a very delicate time. It will not be that it will take place during a very comfortable, peaceful time. It will take place during a delicate times. To the extent that you have the power to adjust yourself now, to that extent, you will be able to pass with the honors. The paper will not take a long time. It will last for a very short time. But you will have to take the power in delicate circumstances. So you will have to take the paper in delicate circumstances, which will be in all directions. Therefore, make yourself powerful in your nature. My nature is like this, I have this habit. It should not be like this. This is known as delicate nature. Baba gave all types of experiences at the beginning of establishment. When it was the beginning, he gave the experience of even more sustenance and facilities than princes and princesses could receive. Then later, he even gave the experience of a beggary life. So those who had both experiences developed this habit. And so the daddies and the dadas, Such a time has not come in front of you, the current gallery, but it will come. Wherever you may be living, all supports have to be broken. So what do you need at such a time? The support of the One Father. All of you are very, very, very lucky that you come at a time when you have all the facilities easily available. Along with the easy facilities, you also have a Brahman birth. Along with the facilities, let there be spiritual endeavor. While seeing the facilities, do not forget your spiritual endeavor. Sadhana, facility, sadhana, because only spiritual endeavor will be useful at the end. Do you understand? To the special, invaluable jewels in all four directions, to the elevated souls who celebrate each day with festivity, the souls who have the right blossoms by maintaining a balance between their own stage and service, to the unshakable, immovable Mahavir souls who will easily overcome all obstacles, but that is love, remembrance, and namaste, and blessing. May you become free from all chaos, Jamila, and experience the reward of completion and perfection. At the confluence age, the ocean is not separate from you Ganges. The rivers and you Ganges are not separate from the ocean. This is the time for the Mela, the meeting of the rivers and the ocean, to merge with one another. Those who stay in this Mela become free from all Jamelas. So stay in that closeness with the ocean and the Mela, the gathering, and then free from chaos. However, only those who become equal are able to experience this Mela. To become equal means to become merged. Those who are constantly merged in love experience the reward of perfection and completion. Such souls do not have any desire for some temporary reward. Slogan: constantly stay in the elevated company of the One Father, and you will become the holiest and the highest. You have the Avyat signal. Some things have to be heated first to make them soft. And then they can be molded Here too, the heat is the form of mind, and the softness is humility, that is the form of love. Those who have love for every soul can be humble-hearted. If there isn't love, one cannot be merciful nor remain humble. The form of Shakti is being a master, and humility is the intention to serve. So when there is both softness and warmth, you'll be able to mold yourself in every situation. The main theme has been for love, humility, and inspiration. Didi, come.
We have now one silence and then give something to the class, and after the class we have more. Wir sind über ganz viele Plätze voll, falls jemand von nach vorne kommt.
So I don't need to say very much about the Murli. It's speak very, very clear about it. But I just want to comment that sometimes we say, in logic places they give you tools, but every Murli is giving us tools if we don't use that language. And so today Mother gave us 2 tools with which to change our awareness in any situation from negative to positive. The first tool was being able to lie instead of lie instead. And if you look at it from above, then the situation is here, and it's a very different perspective. And the second tool that Baba gave us was subject to being able to see the future. Sometimes looking at a situation and seeing the past is very useful. What is it that I did, that I was involved with, that created this situation? And very often it is our own creation, right? Who thinks that most situations are a result of our own creation? Well, some are still thinking that what's the reality of karma? How come that situation has come to me and not to you? It's come to me because I was involved in something with this situation. And so that's why it's come to me and not to you. And so definitely understanding why a situation has come is a very different thing than just the reaction of the mind. But also able to see what are my choices so that I can determine what I want in the future. If I do this, it's going to be the result. If I do that, it's going to be the result. And Baba's children have so much gyan, they don't know what the outcome is going to be, any response that you need. So use the third eye, keep it open, so that you're able to see the past and the future, and not just the present, which is very limited, restricted vision. In my vision of just now, and just seeing that person, and it's triggering all sorts of reactions. When I see past and future, then my response to the present is very, very different. And so one of these different tools that we can use and apply. And every Murli has these, not just the Arya Murlis. The Sakar Murlis are also giving us many, many tools that we can use all the time. So I think if we were to take the Murli in that way, the Murli is offering us practical methods to deal with my life now. And I think that different awareness of Murli would make the Murli more interesting for us. And we would keep that zeal and enthusiasm hearing the Murli each day. And of course, the attitude of hearing the Murli each day in class is very different to watching it on Zoom. Who feels that there's difference? Only some people. Not everyone. Why is it that although people have online work, employers still insist that they come to work at least 2 or 3 times a week? There's a difference. Same thing with university. You can do a lot of your work at home, but there'll still be times when you're expected to be in person at the university. We've had programs in London where the numbers of people online is 3 times more than the number of people in the house. And then when sometimes we say we're going to make it only in-house, and we see people turn up. And so, big difference. Yes, there's always reasons to not come, but there's always very good reasons to come. And so to make that conscious choice to be in a gathering where I can hear the Murli in that atmosphere and energy, very different. So every Murli is something that can fill me with enthusiasm, zeal and enthusiasm, so that, like Baba said, every day let it be a festivity, let it be a day that I take pleasure from. It's very beautiful to see how the Baba sees life, especially Brahman life, that each day, every moment, the breath of Brahman life is zeal and enthusiasm. And so if I see my life giving me that pleasure and that joy every single day, and of course I'm going to be able to enjoy my meeting with Baba, Baba's love, but also be filled with so much love and joy that I'm able to share with others. So just wanted to underline this from today's Murli. Very beautiful Murli, and Baba reading our minds. I was thinking about what it is we are thinking about and giving us responses. And so the question that many have, well, I can manage most times, but it's when there's this gathering with so many people, and I can't manage that. And that was a very interesting comment. Well, if a student says, I'm fine and I can pass my exams, but then the exam actually comes, then at that moment I say, no, I can't. So whatever practice I've had in learning to open my heart and have a big and generous heart, to be able to adjust, to be able to see and understand, but that's fine when I'm living on my own or working on my own. When I come into the gathering and all that gets finished, what's my result then? So the situation is coming to show me in my test paper how far I have progressed. It's coming to teach me how much more I need to learn to adjust and see and not see and hear and not hear and so on and so on. So those beautiful perspectives on how to keep ourselves very, very elevated. And by the same positive, in fact, it's not just turning it from negative to positive, it's even higher, how to see things from a very elevated perspective. Let's all move together. I'm not sure where the walk is,
It's a red.
and whether it's walking or it's flying.
Baba spoke about the big groups in Madhuban and we should come, but at the same time he said it's not. So I think we are now this time also in the situation because we grow very much, especially in India. Can you tell about something about this?
It's true that this time again, we're actually being given quotas by Madhuban. But thankfully for October, there isn't a quota. That's totally open for us. But for February and March, some of you were there in Madhuban this year when the numbers went over 1,000 to 1,200, 1,400. And so there was quite a lot of juggling. And so on one side, whatever is the system, I should follow that system. On the other side, yes, there's a gathering and what says, then you have to learn to adjust. Use your suitcase. You still will come back as your pillar. So one wants us to learn to adjust in everything. But also very interesting how sometimes people complain about loneliness. And then when we are in a gathering, we complain that it's too much chaos in the gathering. And so at the end of Kali, so we really don't have a lot of capacity, that. But with Baba, is teaching us how to increase our capacity, increase our spiritual power, so that we can cope with whatever it is that comes in our own. Then we have the ability to connect with Baba and experience that connection. Maybe I'm going to be gathering, and I say I'm in space, and the birds will be introverted, and I have that space. But I'm looking to do in every situation, so I'm content. Basically,
There was one question yesterday from the Zoom which wasn't answered. David, can you respond to that? The understanding of, and sometimes people say we can understand the Murli this way or that way, and how to respond to that, how to deal with that.
So they should be treated out. In a very interesting way, when you recognize that this is God speaking and keep your mind very clear and your understanding of the story is as it should be, then different people may have different opinions, but you understand what is the story. So then you're not influenced by maybe this, maybe this, maybe this, maybe this. So it wasn't a question that someone's right, somebody's wrong. What is my understanding of already?
Yeah.
And I'm not practicing developing my own capacity to understand how the slowly in the right way, and I'm going to do this, which is what's happening today. Different people have many different interpretations. Yesterday I mentioned how in India they have many Babas.
Yeah.
Babas come, different people. But in the Western world, they have many intellectual interpretations of Muslim. Nobody's saying Baba has come in me angrily, but many people are saying, well, this is what Muslim means, this is what Muslim means. How can I choose and I understand? It's very difficult. So when we come back to basic principles, who is teaching you? And can I understand what God wants to do? Let's fly together.
So an diesen möchte ich noch ganz spontane Dinge für heute klären mit dem Karma-Yoga. Auch heute gibt es wieder Dinge abzuwaschen. Damit wir das den Nachmittag machen müssen, dann macht das jetzt. Also, wer 4 Freiwillige für den Frühstücksabwasch zum Abkochen? Stefan, 1, 2, 3 und Renate. Dann 4 Freiwillige für das Mittagessen, für den Abwasch. Wer meldet sich? 1, 2, die beiden Brüder da, Annette und Martin. Und dann noch das Abendessen, nochmal 4 Freiwillige. Da hilft René, Safri, Sophie und einer noch. Okay, dann war es das. Wir haben die weiter bis 10 Uhr im Auditorium.
आज ये देते हैं वैसे तो भोग भी है आज आगे करेंगे ना आगे Today is Sunday past.